Hey, what's up everybody? I'm clonetrex. What's up YouTube? And I'm going to tell you the difference between airsoft and paintball, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, I'm going to tell you, basically I'm just going to tell you the difference between the two, and then going to tell you which is dominant over the other. Now, first of all, I've seen a whole lot of videos of people posting just pictures of paintball versus airsoft when really they're not even explaining but just showing, just pictures of guns. But I'm going to include everything, specifications, looks, power, everything. Well, first of all, sorry. Well, first of all, we're going to go with airsoft. Airsoft started out in the 1980s, late 80s I believe, maybe earlier. And there's a whole lot. They're very durable, depends on which kind. Spring powered are the best for, well, basically spring powered is the best airsoft gun that you can get for when it comes to like range and power, because you got a powerful spring, it's durable, if you drop it it's not going to break, but it all depends on what kind of quality you're getting. If you're getting a plastic body, it's not really going to work. If you need to get like a full metal body, and you got to make sure it's a good company that makes it, and you got to have good internals and everything. Like for example, G&G, KWA, King Arms, ICS, Javelin Works. There's some pretty good spring-powered companies. And well, then there's the AEG, which is the automatic electric gun variant of airsoft guns. They are the most common now you see nowadays. They have, everyone almost comes with 300, 500, basically a high cap mag. Great starter guns, semi-automatic, fully automatic, fully customizable. You can buy like tappet plates, different gear shells, everything. It's pretty good, because I mean, like, there's so many variants that you can do with them, and they're automatic electric powered, so you'll be able to last long in the field. But the downside of having that is that it's not gonna is that the internals are gonna break in like a couple of years, so you always got to keep it clean, just like a real weapon. Spring-powered guns, they're very durable, but soon that little piece that holds the spring and the bolt back, it's gonna break eventually after having to deal with so much pressure and force that's being held. So basically, all guns, and I mean it's very obvious too, all guns need to be replaced or have replacement parts. Like how a car gets a tune-up and everything. Well, then we go to gas blowback, which is as close as you can get to a real gun, because they're very expensive for airsoft. And like, all airsoft guns can be expensive. It all depends on the quality and how much you're willing to pay. And how much for the realism. But for gas blowback pistols, they're as close as you can get to a real firearm. They have the real mechanism of most guns today, gas operated. Except the gas is stored within the magazine. And, you load it like a real gun. Like for an M4, you put the mag in, pull the charging handle back, and you're good to go. And then when you want to reload another one, you gotta press the bolt release button, like you see on Call of Duty, whenever you reload a mag for an M4. And well, they really, and the FPS wise people, they spring powered can go approximately from 300 to 500 FPS. No, 450 FPS, but that's only on good quality ones. You want to get the good quality ones. You don't want to get the crappy ones. You want to get the ones like in the $100 variants, not the less than $100. Although they do have some good ones, but that's besides the point. Gas blowback, they're guaranteed to go to 400 or 380 FPS. Because it's like a CO2 pistol, you know? That's another thing. Gas pistols and spring pistols and, you know, CO2 pistols. CO2 is a great... You know what, I'll skip that for now, but I'll tell you about paintball. Now, paintball, they have... It's just... paintball has been around for a pretty long time. The reason some people don't like paintballs is because, well, paintball guns is because they're called paintball markers. They're not called airsoft. They don't have the word gun in them. Unless you say it yourself. They're really called paintball markers. And they shoot like and paintball is oversized BBs that are full of paint that can really mess up the pavement sometimes. Depends on how old they are, you know, what kind you're using. Basically, they range from... They're only in the 300 FPS lengthwise. They don't look like real guns at all. Even the ones that do their best to look like real guns, they don't look like them at all. And people say that they hurt worse than airsoft, but paintball, they'll leave a welt on you. BBs, they can actually go inside of you and get stuck in there. It all depends on the range. Well, basically, a paintball gun looks like, you know, a pipe, a long pipe above a smaller pipe, and then a pistol grip, and then there's like a big giant hose that's your trigger guard, and then there's this big giant CO2 container that you gotta use as your, you know, propellants. But if you ask me, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can do, like paintball guns. Like, no, just paintball. Like, you have to wear like a whole lot of armor and stuff. Airsoft, you have to do the same as well, but it's a lot more tactical, and you know, you don't have like a whole lot of freaking CO2 canisters on your back or anything. Airsoft can get as real as it wants to. I mean, we have friggin' airsoft miniguns, and we have machine guns, SMGs, basically any gun in the world. Airsoft has been made. The closest paintball can get to is an MP5 or an M4, unless you get like a custom kit. Now, for like off the market wise, people have made airsoft tanks, airsoft helicopters, and I mean, that's pretty good stuff, you know. Like, they can get an Argo Cat, if you know what that is. It's a six-wheeler. It's able to drive in the water as well. Not that much, but you know, it's an amphibious vehicle. And, well, they get like some plywood. They make some armor plating. Yeah, okay. And they have like a whole lot of stuff. I've seen a kid that took an RC helicopter and hooked up like this little cheap $20 AEG, and his father got the thing wired up to where it's like and he hooked up a little camera to it, and it's like a little mini Apache helicopter, except, you know, without the missiles. And that's pretty cool. Paintball, yeah, there's some true stuff. I mean, paintball is fun. Both of them are fun, but if you want realism, go to airsoft. Now, for paintball, they get like real tanks, so because, you know, of the bigger caliber. And like, I've seen paintball tanks. Basically, they copy everything that airsoft does, except for the tank. Not everything. Not like when it comes to realism. I mean, like, I have an airsoft Thompson, and a paintball Thompson would be very different, because I believe it was stock. Instead it would have the instead of having the stock, it would have the CO2 stock instead. And I mean, well, the military, they use paintball, but it's not paintball. It's real bullets that have a plastic cartridge casing, and they have paint inside of it. So that way it replicates the exact same power as real bullet, like the real capability of how a bullet fires. Like, it has the propellant and everything. The only difference is that instead of having a lead bullet, instead it has a, you know, plastic bullet, and it has paint inside of it. That's the only kind of paintball that I like. And I'm just here to defend Airsoft and paintball. I mean, it's your decision to choose. Like, for example, paintball is realistic because, you know, I mean, it has the same mechanism, almost has the same mechanism as, well, all paintball guns have the same mechanism as a real gun. Yet, Airsoft, you can carry more ammo. And, like, you actually reload the mags, you know? And paintball, all you have is a big giant hopper, a big giant plastic dome that you just fill it with balls, just open the top of it and just shake the bullets in there. Airsoft, I mean, you know, you just take whatever kind of, like an Airsoft M16, you just take the mag out, put the babies in it, put it in, and then just start shooting. But, you know, they got all kinds of stuff. Airsoft is as real as it gets. We have, I mean, there's like so many different variants, and like the mags, like they got regular mags, G36C mags, drum mags, all those. And they're really good, realistic, because, I mean, they're all high quality. They're not no little piece of shit Chinese guns nowadays. Now we got the top quality stuff. And I really love it. I mean, I'm an Airsoft veteran myself, and I have a paintball gun, yet I never played paintball. Yet everyone tells me it's great, and I would like to play paintball, but I just gotta say, Airsoft has the higher dominance. Yet it all depends on how much you're willing to pay. Paintball, the same thing, but it doesn't go that much. Only difference is that you gotta always refill that CO2 canister, and you can only use it for one day. And I'm gonna wrap it up here. My name is Clonetrex, and the side that I favor today, and perhaps all the time, will be Airsoft. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, just check on any other YouTube videos on like Airsoft custom creations. They have people that have made Airsoft tanks, like built up from the ground, like from scratch and everything, and they're really good. And I love it. So I'll have more videos to come up soon. If I would like some people to subscribe to me. I mean, you know, it's good for the channel, it's good for everyone. And I will have some friends coming along. I'll be recording some Airsoft videos and some Airsoft war videos and some paintball reviews if I ever buy another paintball gun. I mean, I have a Triton Mark II, but anyway. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you, this is Clonetrex, yada yada yada, goodbye. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Clonetrex.